and command them, and collect and deflect and abandon. They even wrote all the 10 commandments. They watched Jesus get nailed to the cross in real time and in their heads. They watched Buddha fall to the Romans. They watched Lenin as they shot him dead. They watched Jackie pick up Kennedy's head. They watched kids go to Epstein's bed. They watched Hollywood whitewash remake movies of napalm falling like water on rock. They watched the atom bomb